Guerilla Podcast Syndicate production. Each of us runs a different pace in life.
As a millennial or someone coming of age into adulthood, it's just a lot of things to process. And a lot of things that you want can't happen now because a lot of things are
In love, friendships, and our own self-worth. As we embark on these journeys, we hold the hope to learn a little more each day.
why can't I have whatever they have? And oftentimes I find myself comparing my progress, comparing what I have with other people, even like in the slyest way. It seems like it's a
As we survive and strive to be stronger.
You are really sure and aware of your being as a person and your truth, your core, your everything. Anything that you put out in the table won't be used against you.
So I'd like to welcome you all to love, growth, and freedom.
the different kinds of love that we could see in this world, and on the idea of how love is crazy and how love has different meanings for all of us.
A podcast that believes in love, inspires growth, and advocates freedom. Let me be your friend, your guide, as we all ride the crazy adventure called life. Powered by Guerilla Podcast Syndicate.
Okay, hey guys, welcome back to Love, Growth, and Freedom with Adrian Duarte. It's our final season. Oh no, final episode for this season. I scared you a bit there, huh? I scared myself a bit too. So this is our final episode for this season. We have been talking about setbacks, okay? From the very beginning, what setbacks are, how to identify what to improve on, analyzing our situation, and taking responsibility and realigning our priorities. Now down to our last part of this season, the last episode of this season. I spread this out in a sense where I could explain how I handled most of my setbacks. I'm sure the past year has showed us a mirror of setbacks, and a lot of the things that we've been going through as people have been challenged the past year. Up until now, we've been challenged to actually rise up to a lot of the occasions that we're facing. And this final episode of this season, we'll be talking about getting ready for the long haul. Before I start with the objectives of this episode, let's share this. I have a Facebook group that you can join in, Project Q on Facebook. It's a Facebook group about, self-improvement and sharing some stuff about what people are going through. And I really am so happy and appreciative that a lot of people have been sharing their thoughts and commenting over there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much love in this. Like, my faith and humanity is restored. There are bad people out there, and they're also the good. You gotta keep finding the good ones, and I've found the good ones. So thank you for being there. If you're already part of the group, sending you some love. This is 80 here on Project U, right? Okay, so, wow, wonderful. So, being someone who's working on their setbacks, you have to understand now that all the things that we have to work on. Setbacks are a part of life. We know what to improve on now. We have realigned our priorities. We have analyzed the situation, and we have taken responsibility and set out people to help us in this journey. Now, it is getting us ready for the long haul or the long struggle that we're going to face, because being someone who likes to improve themselves, who is, bent on improving themselves every time, it's a lifelong journey. You have to put it in your mindset that your life as a person is a growth of continual learning and understanding the world that we live in, that we stand upon. So that's it. Now, we all know how we could look at setbacks and how we could use it as a platform for a comeback. It's time for us to prepare. Let's get ready for the long haul. This is to remind you it won't get easier from here, because working on yourself and your goals will be hard, and it's going to take a long while before it actualizes, before results show up in front of your face. So an analogy I'll be putting up here is like the gym, okay? When you go to the gym, you work out, yes, you see the pump, you see everything, you feel like you're amazing. Yes, you are, because you worked out, that is true. But you feel like everything's just like, wow, pumped up, emphasized, and all the likes. But those are temporary high. That is the temporary high. You would see that results for a while, and then it will fade after. But the more that you continue working out, the more that you keep going to the gym, your results will show over time. Your strength, your muscles, your cuts, your leans, they're gonna show over time. You will see them once you do the pump of that workout for that body part and the other, but they will also fade after a while. But when you keep doing at it, when you keep going at it, just like your self-improvement journey, whenever you keep going at it, you will see the improvements of how far you've come from to who you were before when you started this journey, when you started working on the setbacks that you've faced in your life. And you'd realize you've come a long way. And now you wouldn't understand yourself. Why were you about to give up then? Why were you about to let it go and all the likes? So working out your habits and your being now will show up after constant work on ourselves. So we really have to get ready. Our mindset, we really have to get our minds into the game, that this game is lifelong. Okay, you're gonna fight with your demons every day of your life, and it's never going to end. But building up on your habits, working out, makes you strong enough to face all these demons and defeat them whenever they come up your head. Excuse me. Life's a marathon, not a race. We hear this from people who's been on the marathon of life longer than us. People have been telling us, you don't have to hurry up. Life is, on your own pace. Your time will come, which is true. Your time will come. Our time will come when it's supposed to. We have to understand and be prepared that the journey of self-improvement doesn't end. That working on our setback takes time. You have to work it out. That's why I'm preparing you for the long haul. You know what to work on. Now, I want you to be ready because you are going to walk that path. That is not easy, but it's going to be tough because you're always going to find some stuff that you're not happy about with yourself that you need to improve on. And you're going to feel like, oh, it doesn't end. Well, because it doesn't end. It doesn't really. And whenever you feel like you're getting a hold of your life, something will come up and will say, okay, you're not really a hold of your life. And that's the fundamental truth of life. It's okay. It's okay not to know, but what's important is how you're open to that change, how you're open to that growth that will come into your life. There's no rush for us to be at one point in time. What matters is how long can we go from where we are today up to where we want to be, because these changes you made will manifest in its own time and it will come to us with its own rewards. You don't have to rush it. If you're working on it now, if you're working on this, working out, you've been training, you've been trying to figure out what's wrong and what it feels for you, you've been working on yourself, it's not going to be overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. Everything doesn't happen overnight. You're going to see some small changes in how you perceive a lot of things and how you perceive setbacks, but it doesn't mean that you're totally over it, because every freaking time that you think you're going to have a heads up at it, the universe will send you something and say, okay, I don't really know this yet and I have to get back into knowing this. So whatever that you're doing and working at right now, whatever you're working on right now, this is going to manifest towards the future that you want to have in your life. This will show up in a point in time where you're going to be like, oh, that's why this had to happen, so I would understand what this is. Let's put it in the context of love. You had to go through the wrong person to find the right person. You had to be with the wrong person to know what you're not going to let yourself feel and have again. Who are you going to avoid this time? So it really has to teach us all of that. And once you've worked with yourself, worked with the things that you need to know, at the end of the day, you would understand why this had to happen, which love was meant for you, which whatever was meant. It's that, okay? Everything that you work for now builds up to the near future of your life. The harder it gets, it means the work you put in yourself is being recognized by the universe. So you have to understand, whenever you work it out, you become really good at it. Challenges in the universe come forward to you. I think the universe sends us challenges that we are able to conquer. It doesn't send us something that we can't. Like, we are able to undergo so much pressure, so much pain, so much whatever. And the universe sends this to us to test out how strong we've become. Think of it like training for sports. The universe won't throw you things you can't overcome. The harder it gets, it means the work you've been putting in yourself is being recognized by the universe. That is one thing you have to think. Like, for example, good guys get it hard because they understand that the universe is cruel, that the universe is like this. But whenever they chose kindness, whenever they choose goodness over bad or over evil, They are challenged because people will always be cruel to them. But that doesn't mean that they can't do it. It's just, it's hard, but you can because you've been working on it. So the kindness that we have for ourselves is something that should radiate outwards as well. As we work on ourselves, we understand that the world we live in is flawed. Now, I don't get ready. I stay ready by Chichi Devane. Oh, rest in peace, Queen. If you guys are a fan of Drag Race, she said this. I don't get ready. I stay ready. So having this mindset, having a mindset that you're always ready to get rolling with the punches, that life will throw us challenges, life will send us things our way, and all the likes. When your mindset is like this, if you're ready for what the world throws your way, you'll be on your feet quickly and work on the things that you've been manifesting. So, I've heard this, okay? If you are feeling overwhelmed with a lot of things in your life, good or bad, most of the time this was manifested. These are the things that we manifested in our lives. If it's good thing, these are the things that we wished for our lives. Now we feel stressed and overwhelmed because we don't know how to deal with it, but you have to look at it as with a lens of gratefulness that these things are happening to you. Now if it's the bad overwhelming, like bad things kept happening or whatever, you have to look at it with a lens of understanding what lessons do we have to learn from these overwhelming situations? What are of each of the lessons that I have to fix with myself to be able to see this puzzle as it is? It's like, being able to step back and see the bigger picture of why it's happening in your life. And sometimes it's not going to have a reason, and sometimes it's not going to make sense in the moment because you're in the eye of the storm. But take note of it. Take note of the things that are happening, and take note of what's going on within your inner world and inner peace, and you would see how it all pieces up sometimes. So that's why we're trying to get ready for the long haul, because life is like this. I'll give another reference. Meredith Grey said, or Ellis Grey said, life is like a carousel. It doesn't stop. It just keeps turning and turning and turning. And that's how it feels for some of us here. It's like it doesn't stop. Our responsibilities, our pain, our whatever. And sometimes it's joy, sometimes it's whatever. But we are all in this carousel that doesn't stop. So if you're prepared and you stay ready for whatever life throws at you, I think we're going to be fine, because that's the fundamental truth. That's the truth about life. Life will always keep changing, will always keep moving. And that's the only thing that's constant in our lives is change. And we have to stay ready. We have to allow growth to pass. We have to allow ourselves to grow with the times that we're in. And sometimes it's going to be so painful, and sometimes it's going to be so joyous. Whatever it is, you have to be ready. When we get overwhelmed by the things that's happening, think of it as the universe finally granting you all the things that you've been working so hard for. These are the fruits of your hard work. So when you get overwhelmed with the good things, that's the fruit of your hard work. Everything that you were working on yourself. Imagine this, you are working on being patient, and then the universe overwhelms you with a lot of situations where you need to be patient. So that is the universe granting you that power, being able to let you realize that you've become more patient than you were before. Right? Right? Oh my God. So, yeah, that's it. So, I just want to say, staying ready is a mindset. I don't get ready, I stay ready. Because if you stay ready, anything that comes your way, you are ready to take them down. Okay, that's it. But before we go on to the next and final part of this episode, let's take a break.
Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by clicking the subscribe button now. This podcast is made possible by listeners like you. Thank you for your support. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to Love, Growth, and Freedom with Adrienne Duarte. So now, the last part of this episode is taking breaks. Take breaks, take it easy, and keep it going. So we've been talking about setbacks, right? And dealing with setbacks, I have to give you a fair warning, is hard. Dealing with setbacks are hard because it will make you doubt yourself. It will make you doubt your capabilities, your worth as a person when you experience setbacks. But be comforted in the idea that setbacks are there to provide us a platform to come back bigger, better, stronger, and wiser. Be comforted in the fact that it is a part of our lives, and a lot of the setbacks that we are going to experience are things that we could get over from. And a lot of these setbacks are just given to us by the universe to give us a test. It's like a test. It's like this way of training us to become the persons who we're supposed to be. And these setbacks are not necessarily failures. They are just there to remind us of our humanity, of how we're not perfect, of how we always need to continually grow and learn as a person. So take it easy. Knowing that truth now, at least you get to take it easy, because working on these setbacks is a challenge, okay? Now I'm getting you ready for that long haul. So going through all of this would be tough. So go easy on yourself. Listen to your body and take care of yourself in every aspect. So a lot of these setbacks can be physically, mentally, emotionally, on all the likes, and what you're trying to develop with yourself. And know that the only person that you're supposed to be comparing yourself and your progress to in working on these setbacks is yourself, of how far you've come from point A to point A point 5 or A point whatever. It's your journey, and our journey to our better selves each and every day is so unique, to the point that it's as unique as our fingerprint. So you really have to take it easy. You really have to take it easy. Take the breaks that you need, especially when you feel like you're getting overwhelmed so much about so many things. You know, you can be overwhelmed and keep going, that's fine. But if you feel like you need to take a break, you need to take a moment to rest and see where you're going, because you can repeat all the steps that you're going through as you deal with setbacks. You know, it's not one way, one shoe fits all. It's not that. If you need to realign your priorities in the middle of the journey, go realign. If you need to analyze your situations, go analyze your situations. If you need to figure out what else you need to improve on in the middle of your journey of improving yourself, do it. It's these steps that I've actually prepared for you guys are things that you can do constantly. This happens all the time. You have to do it whenever. You have to realign. You have to point out your lives and map out your lives each and every day. And sometimes the best thing that you can do about it is to just take it at a day at a time. You know, like live a day today and see what happens next tomorrow, and then see what happens next then. But knowing that you have a plan, you have a map to guide you in your head, and you know what to do and what to improve on, it's like you're basically just going through ways, and each and every day you're just told to go which direction, and opportunities will rise up each day. The more that you work in for yourself, the more that you put in your work, the more that the universe will recognize the hard work that you've been doing. All the things that you've been working for will come into fruition. And take it easy. That's why I'm trying to tell you to take it easy, because whenever that you work towards your goal and are realigning all of them all the time with your goals and who you want to be and what you're trying to manifest, it will go your way. It may not seem like it's the best path for you, but one day it will make sense that you had to go through this. Like, life is so full of surprises like that. I never expected to be a preschool teacher. I never expected to go roller skating. I never expected to be a cheerleader, but I did. I became those things because I just gave it a shot. I gave it a try. I listened to what my heart was telling me at the moment that I made the decision. And when you ask me now, am I one of the happiest people alive? Yes, yes, I am. I am happy. I'm happy that I'm a preschool teacher. I feel fulfilled that I am able to pass on my knowledge. I'm happy I'm a content creator. I'm happy I'm a podcaster. I may not be the richest, the most luxurious person, and I may not be the most handsome. I may not be the most sexiest, but I am happy. I am happy where my life is taking me. I am happy is where my feet are taking me, where my persistence and growth as a person is taking me. And I'm happy with the people I've met in my life. I'm happy. And it's not always rainbows and butterflies in the journey of self-improvement. It's not rainbows and butterflies whenever I deal with myself on seasons. So I take a break. I take it easy. I skate for a few, whatever. I take cat naps. I don't know. I really just take my time to pull myself out of the situation whenever I feel overwhelmed, anxious, and crazy about all the things that's been going on in my life. And whenever I start to doubt myself, that's where I need to take a break, because I look at and reassess, what if, or is what my brain telling me the truth about who I am today? And now I have to see how far I've come from where I am today, and that would remind me of why I should keep going. Take breaks. So my tip for taking breaks also is to schedule them so you won't feel guilty of not being productive. It's called productive rest. A lot of us as humans, we are conditioned to actually be productive all the time. And it's a capitalistic society of whatever that is. But it's capitalism. We have to be productive, you have to earn, we have to whatever. A lot of people, when they ask you, oh, what do you do? Do you earn money from that? Oh, you do that on the side? Do you earn money from that? People always ask that, right? So, and sometimes you feel guilty of taking a break, taking a rest, and feeling like, oh, okay, I'm taking a break, I'm taking a rest. So it means my day wasn't so good because all I did was watch Netflix, all I did was this, all I did was that. Schedule your breaks, schedule them. Make sure that it's a part of your schedule because these rests will rejuvenate you. And sometimes light bulb moments happen in the moment of rest. And if you want to make your rest a little more, meaningful, filled with growth, you can read a book. It doesn't mean that any rest is important. If you find joy and rest and energy in reading a book, read a book. If you find joy and rest in working out, do workout. Mentally resting yourself and doing a workout is also helpful. Or if you like dancing, if you like just walking out, getting a cup of coffee and sitting down with yourself, writing things down, those are little breaks that you can take, and you can schedule out those in your routine and in your life to be able to have like this moment each and every day to sit back, reassess where you're going what you're going through and how you're feeling about the day, and then go back to what you're doing and get your hands dirty again. Now, a lot of the things in our lives will push us down. Okay, a lot of things in our lives are gonna bring us down and gonna say, you're not worth it, you're not enough. Brush it off. Because that's not the truth. Whenever you're working on yourself, whenever that you're dealing with these demons in your head, you're already more than you were yesterday. Okay? You're already more than you think you are. You're already stronger, wiser, and powerful than you think you are if you're already facing these demons. So don't believe yourself when you say that. Don't believe the inner demons and the inner critics and the inner whatever of the other people and their judgments of who you are. As long as you're working at it, working on yourself, that's the most important thing about this. So I want you to stay ready. Stay ready for these things. Get ready for the long haul. Fight till the death for yourself. Fight for who you are. Fight for your own person. Take your breaks, take it easy, and keep going. Remember that whatever we're going through at life, whatever we're going to go through, this is a cycle that we're going to live in. This is our carousel. So if you are in this carousel with me, take this moment, empower yourself, make those changes in your life that you need to make for yourself and not for anybody else. Not for me, not for your family, but for you, for the person that you choose to be and who you want to become. This is our becoming. Let's become the people who we want to be, Brush yourself off and start again and pick up where you left off. Because you can do this. Oh my goodness, I even hyped myself up in that because I feel so much energy bursting through me over that. Because we are able to do this. So thank you so much for joining me here on another season of Love, Growth, and Freedom with Adrian Duarte. Oh my goodness. And I would not have made it through without your support and love. Thank you so much, lovies. Thank you so much, lovies, for being here and for listening to me throughout these sessions and these episodes and these seasons. And I just want to thank all of you who's been sending me love over TikTok, Instagram, and all the likes. You guys are amazing. And if you guys want to keep connecting and connect with like-minded people, working on their self-growth and everything, join us on Project Q on Facebook. It's a Facebook group filled with people like you and me who try our best to work on ourselves and share it out with the people. Some people are in pain, some people are healing, some people are uplifting. It's a part of it. And I'm so proud. That community that I've been building, I've been working on that. I'm just so happy that these people are genuinely kind-hearted and I'm in love. Thank you so much. Yeah, so goodbye to another season. We'll take a few weeks off of making new episodes, or I'll probably be making more episodes and I'll be uploading as soon as I can, but we'll see about that. See, I have to reassess and realign my things. But thank you so much. I'll see you again. This is AD of Love, Growth, and Freedom.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe so you're notified when a new episode is posted in Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or via RSS. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, rate and review this podcast and share it with your friends. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And if you want to know more, check out www.guerillapodcast.com.au or guerillapodcast.com.ph. A Guerilla Podcast Syndicate production.